Here with the cutest dog ever, Boo. Hey, Boo, show him your teeth. Yes. All right, so she won't be here for long. She doesn't like to hang out with me that much. All right, so today, the reason why we are here is we are here for a Fiction Genius Hour lesson, okay? And today, our teaching point is readers pay attention to the character when there's a problem. Let me show you how to navigate your Google Slides and how this would look in your Google Slides. And then I want to show you the strategy. So you'll go to your Genius Hour slide, you'll watch the strategy video, and then you'll click on this, which will bring you into your Genius Hour assignment. This is your reading log. This is your reading log. Yeah, it's your reading log. Make sure you keep it. So we want to continue logging our work in your reading log. This is where your tools would be located. And today we are using the character faces a problem and change. When I open that tool, it will look like this. So let's get to the actual strategy. We've done some logistics. Let's get to the actual strategy. Our teaching point is readers pay attention to the character when there is a problem. So we need to notice what problems the character faces throughout the story. And then we need to ask how these problems cause feelings to change. Ask yourself, how might this character be feeling? Why is my character feeling this way? And how has your character's feelings changed from an earlier part of the story? Usually at this level in text, character feelings will change, and we want to zoom in on that. Why have your character's feelings changed? That's some thinking work that we need to do as we're reading. This is my think work. This is my writing work. I want to show you how this would look in our book, Every Living Thing, that we read earlier this year. I'm going to model this with the story Shells, which we actually did as a read aloud, so we're all pretty familiar with it. In our story Shells, we know that Michael is he's not feeling great in the beginning of the story. He lives with his Aunt Esther, and he's just not really happy. His parents have both died. He doesn't feel like Aunt Esther is someone that he wants to be with, and I even have text evidence to support this claim. He didn't want to, but he hated her, and that's on page 76. So at the beginning of the story, I know that Michael's not feeling great. As I read on in my story, I find that Michael's feelings change here on page 78. I want to go back to my tool to refocus my thinking, because I am thinking about how are they feeling and how have his feelings changed from an earlier part. Well, his eyebrows go up and his jaw drops down when Esther says, I think Sluggo needs a girlfriend, or they need to get a companion for Sluggo. And he's looking more at his Aunt Esther than at the crabs. He couldn't believe it. So this bit of text is making me believe that he's changing. It doesn't seem like he's hating her. If he were hating her, he would tell her to, he'd be like, oh, forget it, I'm not doing that. It's not really aligning with the emotion of hate or the feeling of hate. So I'm seeing a change in Michael. And I want to be aware of that. I want to perk my little ears up when I see my character changing their feeling a little bit. Doesn't seem like he's hating her so much. Now my job as a reader is I need to think about why might his feelings have changed. In the rest of the story, they go to the pet store, they buy a ton of crabs, and they sit together and they have this really lovely moment. So as I'm reading, I'm thinking about how is my character feeling? Why might they be feeling this way? Well, I know he's pretty miserable, and I know why. He doesn't really like Aunt Esther, and I've got text evidence to back that up. It says he hates her, and that she's just kind of different from his parents. And then I think about how his feelings have changed from an earlier part of the story. And then I think, why have my character's feelings changed? So he's becomes more surprised when she recommends that they get another companion for Sluggo. And why his feelings have changed is the think work I need to do as a reader. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to be reading for 1 hour, eyes on text, and then you're going to be thinking about these things as you read. What's your character feeling? Is how they're feeling in one part different from how they felt in an earlier part of the book? Pay attention to this as you read, because when we think about a character changing, there's so many things we can do. We can build character theories, and we can start thinking about themes. So let's really focus in on why our character is feeling this way, and how has their feelings changed from an earlier part of the story, and why. Why has their feeling changed? That's the think work we really need to push ourselves to do today. Okay, 1 hour, eyes on text. I'll see you in an hour to show you an example of my writing work.
1 hour later.
Okay, it has been an hour. You've read, you've done all this beautiful thinking work, and now we're going to push yourselves to do the writing work. So here's what your writing should look like. I have my reading log. When you go into your Genius Hour account, this is your reading log, and you will click on that. Do not turn it in. I will look for myself. Do not turn it in. Do not turn it in. I will look for myself. I have my date. I have my title. Every living thing is fiction stories. And my lens or goal is problems cause feelings to change. I can look at the strategy, problems cause feelings to change. I copied it from my strategy. This is what our writing work looks like. So I need to say, in this part of the story, my character is feeling. The reason my character is feeling is because my character's feeling is different here because, and the reason my character's feelings changed is because. I need to do a lot of thinking work and a lot of text evidence. So I said page 78. I didn't just want to say in this part. I was much more specific. In this part, page 78 of the story, Michael is feeling surprised because Aunt Esther suggests getting Sluggo a girlfriend. He's also curious because she's in his room, but he's not mad. And that perked my ears up. Remember? That perked my little ears up because I was like, he doesn't like Aunt Esther, but why is he okay with her being in his room? Then I had to do some thinking work. The reason Michael is feeling this way is because he and Aunt Esther haven't gotten along before, and I cited where that evidence was, where they're not getting along. And he even admitted to hating her. And he's feeling surprised. The reason he's feeling surprised is because he and Aunt Esther haven't gotten along before. And he even admitted to hating her. So he's surprised that Aunt Esther and him are kind of getting along. Michael's feeling is different here because Aunt Esther is interested in Sluggo. And he likes Sluggo, so he feels like they have something in common. There's no friction or there's no problem. So that's why his feeling of being surprised, I'm even going to change this way to surprise. I'm going to be more specific. Michael is feeling surprised because... Sorry, guys, I just want this to be a great exemplar for you. Michael is feeling surprised because he and Aunt Esther haven't gotten along before, and he even admitted to hating her. So he's feeling different here. He's not feeling so hateful because Aunt Esther is interested in Sluggo, that's Crab, and he likes Sluggo. So he feels like they have something in common. There's no friction or problem. The reason my character's feelings changed is due to Sluggo. Aunt Esther and him have something in common, and his feelings have changed from angry and hateful toward Aunt Esther to feeling more shocked that she can be kind, or at least interested in something that he likes. So, as a reader, I had to do some thinking work around why his feelings changed. Why did he go from hating Aunt Esther to suddenly being okay with her, or being kind of surprised about her? And I'm really thinking it's because of Sluggo. I feel like Sluggo is this thing that they have in common, and they're not going to fight about Sluggo. And that's really surprising to him because he's used to arguing with Aunt Esther. So today, as readers, you're going to be doing this thinking work. You're going to think about, I'm going to bring us back to our tool, when the problems the character faces and how these problems cause feelings to change. That's what we need to look at. When a character faces a problem, how does that problem cause their feelings to change? Okay? Why? Why does that problem cause their feeling to change? That's where you need to do that inferential think work and make a theory. This is that inferential think work. Okay, guys, happy writing about your reading. Have a great day.